Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Anarchy podcast. Today, we're here with iMems and our co-host, DigMC.
Hello,
What's up, everyone?
everybody.
So, iMems, when and how did you learn about 2v2T?
The first time I ever heard about Tubi was probably during I saw FitMC's video in my recommend for a couple of weeks I think actually, but I never clicked it. So one day, bored, I click on the video. I find this FitMC guy very interesting. Then I watch the video. I start like binge watching his videos, thinking, guys, I want to become a veteran. I love the veterans. I try to join TBTT. I get in after like a couple of hours. I get on. I run around a bit. I die, and I log off. Uh, so so that's how I found out about TBTT. The first time I ever played was December 2016, and I started playing from there.
Yeah, I basically found 2v2T like that as well. FMC's videos and Rusher's videos.
Yeah, it's. I think everyone that plays now can probably found out TBTT from Rusher or Fit.
What's the most interesting part of 2v2T for you?
Probably the aspect of being able to grief bases. Yeah, griefing bases. I like griefing bases and making people triggered. Very fun. Yeah, that's my favorite aspects.
I think in the past as well, I rated the Confederacy dupe stash. You can find that on my channel. Yeah, when I began 2v2T and stuff like that, I used to grief.
Griefing's fun. Not everyone likes it for some reason. People like the reactions of people. That's why I play for it.
What's your opinion on 2v2T YouTubers?
I mean, I don't most of the time. I don't like you, but obviously I can't shit talk YouTubers too much because obviously I have a channel. DigMC has a YouTube channel. He's obviously co-leader of BSB. But my general opinion about YouTubers are these bigger YouTubers like Salsi1 or FitMC or Baron Dome. Most of them are Jewish. They do it for the money. They don't really care about the server. I mean, I would sell out, you would probably sell out, anyone would sell out just to the extent that they do it. Like FitMC, for example. I don't necessarily like what it does.
Yeah, and going back to like your history on the server, can you explain your history with the group Astrolorder?
That's a fucking long story, goddamn. I quit in 2017, middle of 2017, so because my first team memes got I guess it was called Team Memes. We were fucking LARPer group, goddamn. Everyone got mad at me and then they left the group. So I left TBTT. I choose to leave for a while, but then I get messaged by Galvatron about if I still play TB2T and if I am still interested in joining his group. I join. I think maybe playing TB2T again after this in like a couple of months now. I join Astrolord. I meet the people. I meet Dig, about Jay, obviously, Galvatron, Studhauder, all these people I meet
And
them.
for those that aren't watching, can you explain like how the group kind of was and like how the rankings worked?
Well, the ranking works like first you had the Meteorite, then you had Celestium, I think, and then you had what was the rank? It was Celestium and Mercury or something. It was like under Council, and then you had Council, obviously. I was in the group maybe for a month, and then I got Council rank, and basically me, Jay Monroe. Some people might know about him. He tried to fuck with everyone. He's also a gay fur fag.
Gay fur fag, nice.
He was very special. He wasn't a very stable person. He had a lot of mental breakdowns in VC about Imperium or other groups. He took the server very seriously. But we started a couple of bases. Obviously, we started Eagles Rock, Lugdunum, and some other bases. Lugdunum was a very, very nice base.
Fast Vincent actually found Look Dude the other day on stream.
Yeah.
Is it still, is anything intact? I can swear we...
There are a few builds intact.
Wait,
There's a boat.
Including Unias, so...
Wait, Unia base there? The incel?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, is the stream still on your channel?
Yeah, it's in my unlisted playlist.
But yeah, there was early days of Astrolord. A lot of things happened. I met Dig. Eagles Rock was a very special base for a lot of people. Dig has a cinematic on his channel about it. Go watch that. The base got leaked by Whitblue, and obviously he got kicked after that. Me and Dig had some. We didn't quite like the group. Dig had some issue with what was the group called again? the Democratic Republic. We tried to incite the Democratic Republic or whatever and take it over as like a astral order group and whatever. And some bullshit happened. Obviously, Dig got mad, Galvatron got mad. We had a huge like vote about should we kick Dig because he had quote unquote done something against the like law or whatever. He got kicked. I got mad. I left with Dig. Yeah, that's my history with Astral Order.
And what's the history of you blowing up that base?
The newest one, the newest video.
The Astral Order base with the boat?
He means
the-
Luke.
Luke Dunham. The reason we blew up that in December of 2018, right? Was I had a alt called Oscar or something, some really bullshit name. It should have been obvious it was an insider first of all. I got the coordinates to one of their smaller bases. Our whole plan was we were gonna go to the base and Dig was gonna find it on stream and something, and we are gonna blame it on that, and then we could continue to inside. But obviously that didn't happen. My insider alt got found out. Jay and Dan got mad that we blew up the base, like the what's it called again? Beefy Town, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we blew that up. They go to our Christmas base and they blow it up, obviously, because Dan was a member of the Astrology and BSP at that time. So he blows that up. We get mad and we say, "Fuck it, we're gonna blow up the old main. That's gonna really make them angry." And we blew up Lugdunum, and Lugdunum was everyone that was an old council member or Celestium had the coordinates to that base. Like me, Dig, Stadhouder, Jay, everyone had coordinates to that base. And we decided to, fuck it, we're gonna blow it up. Jay gets pissed. He gets fucking pissed. He threatens to dox Dig. He threatens to dox me. Unia was gonna rat us or whatever. Do you remember that? Makes him a ratted client. And rat us. They went on a tantrum. Jay gets kicked from the Astral Order, and he makes his own group called the Astral Republic or something, and most people went over to his side.
What happened to that faction?
Oh, the Astral Republic? Well, Jay wasn't the most stable leader, as I said, so he started plotting against Imperium, very secretly. He tried to get BSP in on some huge plot against Imperium, so a roleplay LARPer plot, where they were gonna overthrow Imperium and do something. We obviously knew it was not gonna work out. We left it. But Jay wasn't so lucky. He got doxed by Imperium. He got overthrown by his own members because everyone thought he was a massive faggot. He, a lot of people just decided, fuck it, we're not gonna have a Jay. And they dethroned Jay with Imperium. Astral Republic basically becomes a puppet state or whatever of the Imperium. And they just die. They became inactive. No one led the team. It's kind of a shame. Most people joined the Imperium that were in the faction Fee, whatever. Dan the Pokemario joined Imperium.
What's your history with the Backstreet Boys?
My history with the Backstreet Boys. After me and Dig got kicked, I left the Astral Order. There was a period where we didn't do anything on TBTT. We just went around and
explain to him the camps.
Ah, yes, the camps. I forgot about the camp. So the original concept of the Backstreet Boys was that we just made camps, right? And when we were in the Astral Order, yeah, concentration camps at spawn. Way before we got kicked, me, Dig, Stouthouder, Gigonox, some others, we went to spawn and we decided to I don't know what the whole plan was to first, but we started a kind of on the said highway or something. We started a camp. That was the first ever camp. It was super shitty, but it was there was 20 new flags there, and everyone was having a good time. Jay didn't like this. He said it's giving the Astral Order a bad name and whatever. So he forced us to stop. He wanted us to stop making camp, but obviously we didn't stop. We made our own group chat for it, to kind of not make it affiliated with the Astral Order. What did we call it? Something Nazi?
We called it literally just the camps.
Really? And then we had Nazi themed ranks and whatever. Yeah. But then, since I left, I went on a big tantrum. I deleted the Discord, right? And the thing was oh fuck, dude, we need to remake the Discord or whatever, right? So a couple of a week afterwards, we decided to, we liked the camp idea, but we also wanted to do something more with it now, since we had already been kicked from the Astral Order. So we decided, okay, we'll do something with this. We'll get some of our friends, then the Pokemon Mario, OP Wolfie with Blue, and make a group, like kind of revolved around the idea of the camp. So we did that. I don't remember why we chose the Backstreet Boys, but I don't know. Maybe we found it funny or something.
We thought, well, at the time, we wanted to make a team like centered around British roadmen, which is like British chav, like fucking British like street culture kind of, and Backstreet Boys just sounded like good. We didn't. I don't even think we like associated it with the band at the time. A lot of people think, oh, they based their team off the band, the Backstreet Boys. No, we didn't. It was actually just like a name that sounded semi-memey. Yeah, that's why all the ranks are still shit like Big Man and Mangy and Mandem, which are all like English slang words. So,
I don't even think I personally didn't know about the band Backstreet Boys. So I think you did, Big. But yeah, either way, we named it the Backstreet Boys for some reason because we found it funny or something. Roadman stuff, I guess. We invite our friends, OP Wolfie, Dan, Pokemon Mario, and we make the group. We have our first ever base. I don't remember what we called it, but this happened in the middle of the seventh incursion, I think, right?
Yeah.
And and obviously, I met a couple of friends there. Ethan something 579. He's like, I met him. I met Bachba, and a couple of others. We after the seventh incursion, I invite Bachi to the group. Bachi gets invited to the base. 4 days later, some random finds it. I don't remember who, but it wasn't related to anything during Bachi. We just made another base. Did we make the Monas? What base did we make after?
Nah, that was after. What was the second base? Fuck. It was Christmas base. Christmas base. Yeah.
Oh yes, Christmas base. And now, obviously, we talked about the astrology. We made Christmas base, and Christmas base, we had fun there. We had me, Bachi, Opie Wolfie, Mirage or something, if you
Oh
remember.
god, that guy.
The trap. Opie Wolfie, me, you, Dan. You know, we start the base. It's all going well. We decided to do a retarded and astrology base. That base gets grief. We grief Lugduna, and that whole thing happens. Then did we take Tesco's? What the fuck? No, it was Morrison's. I'm
No,
100% sure.
Tesco's was the one with where Bucky built the obsidian tower.
No, that was Morrison's.
No, that was Tesco's.
No, that was Morrison's.
No, that base was called.
I'm asking Windows right now.
No, okay, no. The one we built in January was called Tesco's, alright?
No, it was fucking Morrison's.
No, Morrison's was the second one. Remember the one built with Owen and...
No, Morrison's got built first.
No, Tesco's was built first.
No, because Tesco's got insided by...
Tectonic.
Yes, right?
Yeah, that was before Morrison's.
No.
Yes.
Morrison's.
No.
What the fuck?
Morrison's was after.
Morrison's was before.
No.
No, Morrison's was before.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna find screenshots.
Okay, can we just move on though?
Either base gets built, and then, well, since Morrison's didn't happen now all of a sudden because fucking Dig decided retarded. Okay, so Tesco's happens, right? Bucky builds this big tower. That was the first time I ever talked to Lotus. Lotus is a big faggot. Trap. He, obviously, we based there for like a week. I create a PvP arena, we dupe a bit there, and guess who? We invite Tectonic, decides to give the coordinates to Highland, Offsets comes, we were like, what is Offsets doing here? And we didn't understand that, and we obviously found out, oh, the Tectonic is in the Highland VC. That gets blown up, and then we make Alpha after Tesco's. I know that for a fact. We make Alpha, me, you, Bachi, that was the Spanish guy, the Brazil, what was his name? The guy who... McFabio, Lunch Tray, Windows, who else? Leak the Juice, fucking good guy. I made a shop with him, but then that shop got taken down. Who else? Oh yeah, Owen Forever.
Yep.
And we had like a 50 dub stash there or something like that. Not too big, but we had like materials and shit.
Big for us at the time, yeah.
Yeah, definitely big for us at the time. We didn't have any like member stashes or whatever. We were pretty poor. We decided to we based at this base for like quite a time. I can give you some screenshots later. Like a couple of months we based there. We had a good time. Everyone were chilling. Bahi builds his massive house on the hill. This was also the time Bahi decided to make his whole big grave because he was going to university or something, and he thought he was gonna like go forever, never come back to 2B2T. So there was a grave there, graveyard at Spawn, and then he comes back 2 weeks later. So that was a lot of useless work done. We decided to leave Alfheim because everyone was getting bored of it. The team was getting stale. Etika joins, and I make that video, skyrocketing the Backstreet Boys channel to 1,000 subs, which is very nice now.
It's not even at 1,000.
983, don't ruin this moment for me, faggot. 1,000 subs, bro. And I have much more views than you, bro.
Shut up.
My video gets removed by YouTube, guys, because I have a nigger posted in.
We don't talk about this.
At least made video, money. I make the Backstreet Boys channel. I kill Etika. Etika obviously jumps from Manhattan Bridge. That's not very funny. Summer happens. BSP owns Spawn for the entire 2 months of the summer break. We all have a good time.
This was back when we were actually good at PvPs because we just had a bunch of spawn fags as recruits. So yeah, that's good.
Literally. We had Cookie Dragon, we had Squid Launcher, we had DQ7, we had that other Norwegian guy, we had OP Wolfie, there was some other people. I don't fucking know. There was a lot of spawn fags. And then they decided to leave. We completely go out of spawn because obviously we can't fucking spawn fag. But then the 30k meta comes and we start going to spawn again with me, Cookie Dragon, Lunch Tray, Instinctual. And then maybe for a month, we just spawn fag, we sit around spawn with our fucking 30ks and we kill people. And then the 8th incursion happens. 8th incursion was the first time I think BSB was in any major event. And obviously we was one of the leading groups there with Highland. The 8th incursion only lasts for a week. We leave the 8th incursion. Bachi leaves BSP out of anger over some argument me and him had. He creates Infinity Incursion. Infinity Incursion and BSP never really went along. Drama with them. And then we grief one of their bases. Spook base, right?
The Halloween base, yeah.
Yeah, the Halloween base. And we grief that. Me and Baki go in VC. I fake some story about me getting doxxed Oliver Carillo or whatever, Stavanger. I get quote-unquote doxxed because underscore 25 leaked my fake dox, which I asked him to do. Zero Trip leaks it to Takeouts and the Emperor. Everything goes after plan. Me and Bahi and Dig, obviously, had a massive discussion if we should be friends again and help take down Imperium or something like that. And the plan goes well until Zero Trips have some massive autism moment and leaks the whole plan to Emperor. They vote to kick Bachi. They try to kick him. They create some other off-sprint group of Infinite Incursion. And yeah, that's basically the story of PSP. My story with Dota.
And if you had to pick a base, what was your most favorite base?
From BSP, Alfheim, definitely Alfheim.
Yeah, Alfheim.
Yeah, it was such a fucking nice base. Everyone had a good time building it. And obviously, building, at least from my perspective, is all about if you're having a good time doing it, right? I don't build much, so I schematica all of my buildings. But building is just about being in VC with other people, listen to music, and just talking, right? It's not about anything else. Some people, Hackster Elite, say building is boring. It's fucking true, but it depends if you're in VC or not. If you're in VC with people, and just build, always fun. That's what we did at Alfheim, and it worked.
What's your most notable grief on the server?
Oh, well, there's 2 big griefs I've done. That's Skelly Base 1. I still have the video on YouTube, but it's private though. It was massive. God damn. How long did it take to grief?
It took a good 5 hours and there was about 10 people there.
Yeah, it was me, Paralution, you, some random.
Yeah, and a bunch of other randos, and yeah.
It took I think I had an entire chest full of tea, and it was a massive effort. John was there, John 2004.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
But now big day yesterday using Frog Bypass 20. Frog finds this massive bait from 2012 and I don't know how it hasn't been found because it's so close to the highway. Probably no one looking for it. People have probably found it, but it wasn't griefed and it wasn't a rebuilding project, and it was still active at that time. Some members were active, some were not, obviously, since it's from like probably 2012 or something.
It was
This
called
one
Gate
besides
Haven.
Gate Haven, yeah. Before that, it was called a monastery until 2015.
So I think what happened is in 2012 it was owned by like a couple guys, and then they became friends with this group called like the Gate Project or whatever. What, Vincent, you made a video on them at one point. What were they called? Or
Oh, yeah, the Gapes.
Yeah, the Gapes. And then they, I think, became friends with these guys who had their solo base. They get invited, and yeah, ever since then it's been active. So
It was such a big base.
it was
Like
big.
in entirety, after you left Dig, when we started griefing, I was up from like 12 to 5 or 6 a.m. griefing it.
Jesus.
It was big, but Skelly base definitely beats it because obviously not by land area, by blocks. Skelly base obviously takes the cake, I guess. But Cape Haven is such a big fucking base. God damn. So one of the biggest bases I've ever griefed, definitely. And then obviously I've griefed a lot of smaller Imperial bases in Imperium bases.
And why do you grief bases?
I like people's reaction.
And how do you
I-
find them?
Well, insiding obviously a lot of people in PSP have insiders in the other groups. Frog has insiders in other groups. Can't go more into context on that. But we inside people with Gape Haven. We found it randomly, obviously. We used Frog Bypass 20. Our backdoor that does something to the code, and yeah, bro. No, but we find some bases we find like Gape Haven randomly.
A lot of people actually send us bases randomly. That's the thing when you're like known as griefers on the server. People just send you bases that they find.
Like I get DM'd every single day if by random people. Yo, I have a base. Do you want to grief it? Yo, I want to inside for you so I can join your group. Obviously, a lot of people who are trying to inside other groups for us are also trying to inside us. So we always keep that in mind. And we don't trust people. But yeah, a lot of people DM us about stuff, and yeah, we put them into a video, and yeah, I guess we get clout from it. I guess that's a thing. Block game clout. Yeah.
What makes a strong 2v2 group?
Probably the fact, like PSP in this case, what we focused on, like when we were young, very young group, we focused on just getting members, right? And we got a lot of shit members in the start. Like that got kicked within a week. So we tried something new, and basically what we do, we prioritize people with skills. So a lot of people, you can see like 50 people are recruited, but like 2 of them are actually gonna get accepted.
I think a big part of running a strong group is not being like impatient, and you need to like take your time, let people prove themselves, and not just like let everyone in at once. And yeah, like a lot of new groups make the mistake of, oh, members, let's get like 30 people in the team. And, you know, even if in most of the cases, like 20 out of those 30 people are insiders, but all you need is one insider to kill your group at that stage because you really don't have any other bases other members can go to. So, yeah, you need to be really careful, especially in the early stages.
I think that's where most young groups go wrong. They get like a massive amount of new players in their group, then they get insided by like 20 people. And they die. That's where most small groups go wrong. And bigger groups as Imperium or PSP or whatever other group except Voco prioritize having like actual members, good members. Then,
What do you think makes other groups strong?
LARPing.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, right. Moving on. Who are your friends and enemies?
LARP, bro. LARP. What did you say?
Yeah, so who are your friends and enemies on 2BTC?
Well, my friends, obviously the Backstreet Boys, Dig and Builder, Frog, fucking Haxor Elite, Expandon, Lunch Trace, that's my friends. And obviously the rest of PSP. Everyone else on the server, basically, so... everyone
yeah, it's kind of like, if you're not in BSB, chances are you fucking hate iMems, so... Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Literally, like Emperor tried to dox me. Like a lot of Jared is the only person that's outside BSB that's kind of chill with us, I think. So basically, friends, BSB, enemies, the rest of the server, I guess.
Most roleplay shitty factions.
LARP, bro, LARP. LARP, LARP.
Have you ever duped on the server? If so, what dupes were you a part of? I think it's
I'm never duped. I'm perfect. The first dupe I ever was part of was the first donkey dupe, like the one where you had a cactus. You got the donkey to half a heart, put it through the portal, and on the other side of the portal, you had 2 cactuses. Then it died, and it duped the item.
were
That's
you
like,
really hyped when you first got that to work?
fuck yeah, dude. Me and my friends, like, we were like up all night trying to dupe, and it got patched later. Like, I think it only lasted like a weekend or something. I wasn't there for the book dupe. No, not the book dupe. The one where the crafting table slots, because I'd quit during that time. That was the only dupe in recent like history I haven't been a part of. I've been a part of the book dupe, all the donkey dupes. So yeah.
And do you have any upcoming griefs or projects you're allowed to say?
I mean, I can't really say any upcoming griefs because that's gonna expose insiders and obviously other things. All the upcoming projects, a la Cube camps, the normal stuff, probably a la Cube. We're gonna make
Big a la
another
Cube.
bigger a la Cube than anything you have ever seen. It's gonna take at least a minute to run across it, bro. Big a la Cube. Big,
1K
big
by
a la Cube.
1K. Actually,
100k by 100k, bro.
Why did you guys start making the Olive Cube?
I mean,
bored.
bored, literally bored. No, bro, we praise Allah. That's why.
Yes, we praise Allah.
Nice. Well, guess it's the end of the podcast. Do you have any shout outs you want to say?
Shout out to the Backstreet Boys channel, get me to 1,000 subs. Shout out to Backstreet Boys Discord to join Backstreet Boys Discord.
Yo, out to Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys merch. PSP. Donate to my streams, Shout out to FitMC, my homie,
Yeah.
Who else? Obviously, Jake the Snake and Solar. Solar, gang, Solar, gang, if you're watching this. Gang, Solar, gang. Homa,
So
my
easy.
homie, gang, Homa, gang. Gang. Okay, yeah, that's my shoutouts.
And our last question, the most important question: what's your favorite type of cheese?
Ooh, I have to say it's cheese pizza, bro. I love cheese. Yeah, cheese
Pizza.
pizza probably.
Very nice. Well, I guess this is the end of the Anarchy podcast interview with iMems. Make sure to check out the other interviews on the channel. And yeah, bye everyone.
Goodbye.
Fuck my friends, they're gone. They all left one by one. And now the summer's done. They don't need no more fun. Yeah, drive around on my own. I'm rich but my AC broke. Don't check no mail, no phone. And I tell them I'm not